Fuck!
Oh.
Did they have to lock us up in here of all
We're
places?
back with these
I have a
two.
feeling these walls are moving. The cell is getting smaller and smaller. Can you hear me? Let me out! Hey! Hear me!
Give it a rest. No one's come in.
I feel like we're going to be crushed here.
No, we won't.
Don't worry, we won't. Any crushing will be done later by the executioner.
Oh, what a relief to hear that. Listen here, Henry. I wanted to say, well, that I'm glad to see you again.
I don't believe you.
Oh, yeah?
Give over.
I'm just a peasant.
After all, as you know, I'm just a common dung grubber, while you're the great Bellatore.
Bellator. But I was stupid to think like that. It was stupid. But now I'm sitting here too for behaving like a Bellator. I might have left you in it.
Yeah, you might.
And nevertheless, Henry, I wanted to say that, well, you were right.
Oh, Sir Hans is coming
behaved.
around.
Badly.
Yeah, you were right, shithead.
Awfully.
Apology accepted.
All right. I accept your apology. All water under the bridge, eh? Old pal.
Thanks. So,
Bros.
what were you getting up to the whole time anyway?
I worked at the mill.
I was working in a mill for some Miller Crazel. I thought I'd have a nice little job hauling the odd sack of flour, but there were lots of interesting things happening there.
I've heard about Crazel too. An odd chap by all accounts.
He was
Odd is putting
an
it
interesting
mildly.
character.
What about you?
I also stuck to what I'm best at.
What, boozing and whoring?
Ha fucking ha. Hunting.
So you were poaching.
You were poaching?
Only commoners poach. I was hunting in the territory of another noble. Without his permission,
You
admittedly.
were poaching.
But that's a capital crime.
Ah, bollocks. There's nothing to worry about.
You could have been
Heaven
hanged.
help us.
Shh, quiet. There's something going on outside the door.
Have you seen Captain Thomas? Yarrick says he's in a bad way.
He's right. Them fuckers cut him up good.
Last I heard from Father Nicodemus, though, was that his wounds are healing.
Aye. Only he's been struck down by a fever. And the Sawbones is away with Sir Otto.
Good God.
Captain Thomas! Yes! He met us before we reached the pond, didn't he? We showed him our letter.
But he's in a fever.
Right.
You heard them.
Oh, we'll deal with that somehow. Hey!
Leave it be.
Hey! Open up, you rabble! We're messengers from Ratai. Your captain can confirm it. Do you hear?
Again?
Those damned fools won't give us any peace.
Come on, fellas! Be reasonable. We're envoys of the Lord of Lipa.
About time. Just you wait till Lord von Berghoff hears how you treat a noble.
You, come with me to the courtyard. Chamberlain says we ain't gonna waste bread on you for nothing. We've got a job for you.
What about me? I want to talk to the captain right now.
You want to talk to God, fella. You're getting the gallows for poaching.
Ooh. Oh no.
But you can't hang a nobleman.
Jesus, wait! Hear that? That bell's tolling for you, mate. 12 more times, and the priest will come for you. Hans!
Oh no.
God!
Hans, don't worry, I'll fix it! Move it!
I'm a nobleman! Do you hear me? I'm a noble! I'm Sir Hans Capon of Bergstein.
Ooh. Okay, so we're gonna have to save Sir Hans.
So, if you want to get out of here, you'll have to make amends and work off your debt. For a start,
Again?
you can carry all the charcoal from this wagon up to the store.
Again.
Wait, though. What's going to happen with Capon?
With that madman, he was poaching, so he'll swing.
He's telling the truth. He's a noble.
But he really is a noble.
Ain't you a bit old for fairy tales, son? Once the bell tolls for the 12th time, it won't matter a damn who he used to be anyway. If you want to do something for him, pray. And best pretend you don't know him.
Your Captain Thomas can testify that we're envoys from Ratai. It's the truth, I swear.
Don't you say a word about our captain. We don't know if the poor fellow will live to see morning. They moved him during the night to the chapel at the very top of the Maiden. It seems only God can help him now.
Okay, okay. Why did they move him to the chapel?
Why did they move your captain to the chapel? All that way up?
So he'd be closer to God. Either the good Lord will help him or take him to his bosom. The captain's in a really bad way. And our Sawbones is away with Lord von Bergov.
What about my things?
What about my things? You took everything away from me.
That's what happens to people in jail. When we set you free, you'll get your stuff back. In the worst case, we might keep something to cover the damages you caused at the wedding. Got it?
Got it. Do you always ring the bells before an execution?
Aye, it's a local custom. They say back in the past, the local lord slept through a scheduled execution, and they had to release the condemned man. Don't worry, that won't happen today.
What happens when I'm done with this?
What do you reckon? You'll get another job, and when there's no more work for you, you can bugger off wherever you like.
That's all?
Aye? What do you expect? The axe? Lord von Bergov is strict, but he ain't a tyrant. But poaching now, that's another matter.
And can I go there? I really have to talk with Captain Thomas.
Don't fucking annoy me, fella. You got off lightly so far, believe me.
What? You won't even let me pray in the chapel?
We will not. You're not allowed inside at all. And don't let me catch you snooping around there.
I'll get to work then.
Good lad. The store's up by the gate to the inner bailey. Orsina the blacksmith is idling around somewhere there. He'll think up some job for you. Or go down to the outer bailey where they're building the scaffold near the gate. They'll be working up there for sure. And no wandering around where you're not allowed. Don't stick your nose inside the castle. Got it?
Yeah. Got it.
Okay. For whom the bell tolls. Haul the sacks to the charcoal shed. 0 of 3. Get to Thomas. Save Sir Hans from execution. Get to Thomas. Okay. Let's do the optional objective first. We're going to haul some sacks. And then we'll see what comes of that.
That's that.
Talk to the blacksmith.
I wouldn't put it that.
I finished hauling the sacks.
I finished hauling the sacks. What now?
How should I know? They told me to think up some job for you, so you wouldn't be idle. So if you want to pass the time, go ahead, but do it sensibly.
I can help with something.
I'd say there's plenty of work to do around here. I'll gladly help you with something.
Aye, but I've only got work in the forge, and that ain't for everyone. I'm a respected tradesman here, understand?
I'm a blacksmith.
I'm a blacksmith too, even if I don't look the part right now.
Oh, really?
Aye. My pa was a blacksmith, a respected one.
Then you might actually be some use to me. At least I wouldn't have to work my fingers to the bone all the time. I'll tell you what, go to the forge. The fire's gone cold. I haven't had much time for, well, the trade. So fire it up and make some horseshoes for Kabat.
Sure.
He's our groom. Always bothering me that you don't have shoes for the horses. And there's only one nag stabled here now that his lordship's away with his men.
Well, the thing is, I've never forged horseshoes.
A blacksmith's son and you never made horseshoes? Well, whatever. You'll manage somehow.
All right. How many should I make?
How many legs does a horse have?
4.
Smart lad. We've got 1 horse. That's 4 times 1. But Kabat's already got 3. So that's 4 minus 3, which is...
1. All right.
You'll find everything you need in the trunk in the forge. It's there, past the gate. I've even got some sketches there. They could help you since you've still got things to learn.
All right. But I was told not to go there.
And now I'm telling you to go. And when it's done, bring it to me to check so you don't make me look bad. Off you go.
Okay. I haven't
Lads,
actually got
this
into
here
forging yet. I know that's a thing you can do in this game. Start blacksmithing. Okay, we're making a horseshoe.
Where's that blacksmith?
Oh God. I have no clue what I'm supposed to do here. Blow.
Damn wretch.
Imagine we got to heat it up. Okay, it's been heat up. Now go to the anvil.
Crucifix. Where's that blacksmith?
But he failed. That's fine. I don't know how to do this. There was no tutorial for that, so let's move on and do something else.
The Lord be with you. What do you need?
I was told to come and ask you for a job.
Nice timing. Do you know anything about carpentry?
Glad to learn.
No, but I'd be glad to learn.
That ain't worth a damn to me if I have to teach you. Good tools is more what I need. I got the job of fixing up this here scaffold, so it don't collapse when we hang that poacher. But the whole thing is fucked. I need a good carpenter's axe. There's one broadaxe in the shed, but it's as blunt as a file. Of course, Osina didn't find time all year to hone the thing.
He doesn't care if Capen's innocent. Sure.
I could help you with that.
You could. Well, that'd be great. Go and get it from the shed, sharpen it, and bring it back to me.
Sure thing.
Okay, so we got to use a grindstone to sharpen it.
That's one sharp blade.
Okay, we're done. $100.
Here it is. Hope it's good.
Sharp as a skinning knife. Nice. Without your help, the scaffold could well collapse under that poacher. And nobody wants that.
Stay silent.
Anyway, thanks. I can't afford to fuck things up today. The Chamberlain is as tetchy as the devil.
Isn't he always?
Yeah, but even more today. Anna the laundress said he's got bellyache. Everyone is avoiding him like the plague.
Uh-huh.
Good day.
You don't mind building a scaffold for an innocent man?
No, such matters ain't my concern. The lords decide. I just build the scaffold. A fella has to know his place in this world, like my old pa used to say.
Sounds about right.
Would you happen to know how I can get into the Maiden?
And what would you want in there?
I want to pray in the chapel. And they don't want to let me in.
The chapel, eh? Well, I'll be damned. I know one hand by the name of Binyek that wanted into the castle too, but for a damn different reason.
And did he succeed? In getting in, I mean.
Aye, he did. He climbed down into the well in the courtyard. See, there's caves under Tursky, and the well ain't actually a well, but an underground pool in one of them caves. And from there, you can get to the dungeons, and then into the Maiden.
Oh, he sounds bold.
Oh, aye, but they still caught him and gave him a whipping. And when they found out how he done it, They took the cleats out of the well wall.
What does that mean?
That the next Binyek would have to jump in and not climb down. I wouldn't fancy that.
Indeed. What was Binyek after in the castle?
A certain buxom chambermaid who wouldn't give him what he was after in the hay and wanted a fine feather bed.
I'll be going.
I've got to get back to work too. God be with you.
Okay, now what? Okay, so blacksmithing's not going to work. It looks like we just go and try to break in now. Jump in.
This is that well that Calder mentioned. The second toll for Hans. Ah, shit. Oh, this was a bad idea. But it seems I won't drown, at least.
Okay, new approach. So it seems like you're supposed to sneak. Like, it feels heavily implied that the way to cleanly get out is to sneak past the guards. So we're going to trust that with my current skills, I would be able to do that. Henry can't sprint. There it goes. Okay, there's just something weird going on there. Also, I never checked. What is this injury that I have? I have an injured leg. Once it's 60% or more, you will not be able to run and your walk will slow. You can heal your wound by renewing your health. We need a healing potion. If the level of injury increases, you risk bleeding. Okay, we need an injury potion, healing potion before we reach 60%. So our stuff has got to be around here somewhere. We found the armory. It wasn't in the armory.
Hans!
Henry!
We're going to speed run this.
Yes. I know. Well,
That's not...
can you...
Sneak!
In the brewery at noon, it's merry as a tap room. Merrily the boys all gather, singing in the back room. Merrily the boys all gather, singing in the back room.
Don't
And now
piss
the
me
sun
off.
is
So we've already knocked this guy out. We know he doesn't have anything that can help us. He doesn't have keys or anything like that. Let's just go past. And we know we got to go up. We found roughly where to go, so we don't open that. Let's talk to him.
Sir, I want to ask you something.
You? What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be helping outside in the courtyard? Christ! Ah! First you cause mayhem at a noble wedding, and now you go snooping around where you shouldn't.
I see you have health issues.
I noticed, sir, that something is troubling you. I could help you.
How could a vagabond like you help me?
I don't look the part, but I'm experienced.
Sir, I might not look the part, but I've read a lot.
Don't waste my time with your jokes, you nobody. What would you be able to read?
Species de cipit, sir. Looks can deceive. As it happens, I've read many Latin and other texts. For example, the etymologies of Isidore of Seville, the writings of Abbess Hildegard of Bingen, and the Herbarium de Horis Sanitatis, De Materia Medica, and others.
Well, you really surprise me, lad.
Anyway,
Okay.
I'll examine you and try to make a diagnosis.
Yes,
I have
that should
level
help.
30 alchemy. It doesn't look like it's taking into alchemy. It's taking my survival into account. I have 21 survival.
With your permission, I'll examine you, sir.
What? Here and now?
Don't worry, I'll just have a look at you. You don't have to lie down or strip.
I'm glad to hear it.
You're quite pale and rather sweaty.
When it comes upon me, I sweat a lot.
Your eyes are all right. Do you have ringing in your ears?
No.
Do your hands shake?
Well, I'm not the youngest, but it's nothing too bad.
All right.
What have you tried?
Did you get advice from anyone about it? Have you tried anything for the pain?
Well, I talked to our surgeon. He just said it was odd and told me nothing more. So I went to Kolin to see Professor Joachim Bavorski.
There's a diagnosis.
And he advised me.
Yes? What?
It's a little awkward for me to talk about, I must admit.
Master Chamberlain, I'm here as a practitioner of the medical arts. You can rest assured that whatever you tell me will remain between us.
All right. The professor spoke at length about Jupiter and the houses, and then he told me that my bodily humors are out of balance.
I would expect so. And what did he recommend?
Well, that I should get more silver into my body. So I wear more silver jewelry, and when there's a full moon, I go to the meadow here below the castle, naked.
Really? So you're taking it quite seriously. And has it worked?
No, but there'll be a full moon soon, so I could damn well use some other advice.
I
He
understand.
runs out to the silver moon naked. Oh God. All right. Describe the pain.
Tell me, Master Chamberlain, does it hurt all the time, or does it come in waves?
No, not all the time. More like I get attacks.
Uh-huh. And these attacks, have you noticed whether something sets them off?
Well, it's worse when I get upset.
And does it get worse in autumn, when it gets colder?
Yes, it's usually worst in October. Then I don't even have to get upset for it to start.
Oh,
Right,
this is
that
an
makes sense.
ongoing condition, not just something that happened yesterday. He's been suffering for a while. What's your lifestyle?
Tell me, sir, what do you usually eat?
Well, I often eat from the banquet table.
So, a lot of roasted game?
Yes, and pâtés, goose, duck. I dine as befits my status.
I see. Sir, I'm afraid you have a stomach ulcer.
Oh,
If it's not treated, you could even die of it.
whoa.
Good God. What should I do?
The main thing is a strict diet. No fatty or heavy foods. In other words, nothing from the banquet table. You have to eat boiled white meat, poultry or fish, lots of vegetables, and gruel.
Gruel? Like a...
Yes, like the common folk. And another thing, you mustn't get angry under any circumstances.
What? I mean, what?
That's the way. Oh, and I'll get you a herbal potion. I know exactly what will do you good.
Can't you get me that potion right now?
Yeah, I could do it now, and then I could heal myself. I don't have the equipment to make the remedy.
I don't have the required remedy. And unfortunately, I don't see how I can brew it here. I don't have the necessary equipment.
You're free to use the surgeon's apparatus in his study.
Oh,
it's
fantastic.
upstairs in the crone. That's the second tower. Now we're under the maiden. Do you know how to get there?
No.
I think so. But I was told to stay only in the outer courtyard. I wouldn't want to get in trouble.
Trouble? I'm the one who has trouble. Don't worry.
Whoa.
Tell them I sent you. Just go, for heaven's sake.
Okay. Talking to him paid off. Okay, we should help him first.
I'll go and get something.
And I
for
can
you.
help myself by helping
Good.
him.
If you'd be so kind. Oh!
Okay, we got to save. That's fantastic. So we don't have to keep spawning in the freaking well anymore. Taunt? What the fuck you want?
I'll
You wanna
rip
get
your
ass beat?
ass open. Stop fighting!
He punched me first. This is self-defense.
Fool, you surrender to them.
The Chamberlain ran away.
Show your stuff.
Come on. I'm gonna go. He's punching me first. This is defense.
I don't want to die.
Fuck off. Just trying to give a man a potion.
Put an end to it.
Take one of these, bitch.
Filthy vermin.
The executioner is sharpening his axe.
What do you mean, filthy vermin? I'm literally making medicine so you don't die. There's gratitude.
To a bloody
Oh,
powder.
there's a guard behind them. We're screwed. We're not going out like punks, so we're gonna fight.
I'll run you out here, you crook.
Beat your ass before I die, bitch.
Take that fucker
Yield.
out, damn it.
Yield, damn you.
These days, no
They're
one
pulling out
Hillary's too
swords.
good for you. I'll chop you up.
This
on
was
the
a
spot.
fist fight. They pulled out swords. Oh my god, this quest. Oh my goodness, this quest.
And make sure those liverwursts are well roasted.
Uh-huh.
So they're
Okay, so we know what
crisp
to
on
do
the
now. We're
outside
doing a
and
speed run.
juicy on the inside.
So we know where to get charcoal, and we know where to get lockpicks. We need to do that first before we can do anything else. Wait, there were lockpicks in the same place as the charcoal, so we could cut down time by doing that.
Have you seen Erazim the Scribe?
This lady is going to be annoying. Let's see if we can steal this without her seeing us. Okay, she didn't see. We're good. That's what we needed.
Scrub you're after. You'll
This
have to
guy's gonna have to get his own food. Chamberlain's having for medicine.
Let me pass. Don't worry.
Goodbye. Get your own food. Alright, there's this crazy lady in here. Huh? Me. Who are you?
are me.
Speed run. That's great.
I thought
Just
I had-
pick dialogue options.
What's
speed
your-
run.
What's it
I'm
Hey.
head. And we
says?
Uh-huh.
they let
Yep.
change.
That.
Well,
We're both
Because-
the.
well,
Oh.
really?
What?
How? As you
Uh-huh.
wish.
There's
Wonderful.
all. Then tough that.
Yep,
All
yep,
right.
yep. That's amazing. Bye. Lockpick this. Speed run. Take all. Shut door. You don't need to see what happens in here. Okay, so we should have everything we need. Let's start then. The digestive is the first on the list. Let's start with that. We just did it also, so it's most fresh in my mind. Thistle, nettle, charcoal, water. Is it water? Double check that. If I get it wrong, that sucks. Water. Water, thistle, nettle, charcoal. Pour the water in.
The third toll. I better get moving.
Okay, the nettle's already in. I've ground up. No, the thistle's already in. I've ground up the nettle. 2 turns. Add 1 turn off heat. Grind up the charcoal, then pour. Fever tonic. Okay, needs the new plants. Feverfew, ginger, elderberry, wine. Wine first. I've had issues with putting the ingredients on the table before you add the liquid. So now I always add the liquid. This one, ginger. Okay, what do you want me to do again? Toss in the white plants. Grind up the green plants. The fever one was the white plant. The green one is the other one. So we need one of the other one. This one. Grind it up. I have belladonna and nettle. We can definitely make some save potions, which I'm going to do after this. We could save. Okay. Add in 2 handfuls of ginger to that mixture I just ground up. Come on. You can do it. Grab it. In. Grab it. Okay, and then now we start with the first step. 3 handfuls of the last herb. This one. On heat for 2 turns, off heat, distill. On heat for 2 turns. Off heat, add distill. Off heat, add still it. This should be a success. Awesome. Okay, we have ingredients to make Savior Schnapps. So I should be able to make 6 Henry Savior Schnapps. We have all fresh ingredients. I don't remember the recipe. I have to look it up. So you need wine, nettle, belladonna. Wine first.
The bell's ringing for Hans the 5th time.
He'll be fine. He can walk it off. I saw I had belladonna. I picked it up somewhere. Oh, it's the first ingredient. And then nettle. We only need 1 batch of these. Okay, so we grind up 2 belladonnas. Toss in a nettle 2 turns. Add 1 turn off heat. Okay, nettle 2 turns. Add 1 turn 4. Nettle for 2 turns. Add 1 turn 4. That was a mistake. We need to let that go. Add 1 turn 4. Take it off a little early because of animations. Four. This should be 6 Henry Shaver Schnapps, which will also heal me, by the way. The Shaver Schnapps heals me. The Henry version of it heals you. Nice. Okay, we're done. Woo, okay. So we finished alchemy again. I've created both the potions. We need the digestive potion, the fever potion. I've also made some S tier saving potion. Saves the game, heals you for 30, increases strength vitality for 8 minutes. Does this heal me? Decreases nourishment by 30, cures poisoning, increases vitality. It doesn't heal me. And I don't want to decrease my nourishment by 30. Okay. And then what does this do? Fever and related complications can often lead to death. This tonic will alleviate fever in given time. Okay. So we save now, and this should heal me and hopefully remove my injury. Okay. It healed me a little bit, but I still have the injury. All right. We're going to have to deal with it. The important thing is we save, so we don't have to do the alchemy anymore.
Excuse me.
Move. All right. I'm not a wanted bad now. I can say that. Move. God damn. Okay, we need to get back to the Chamberman. Give him his potion so he doesn't die. And then maybe he'll give me access. I have 4 more Shaver Schnapps. I'm going to save right before we give him the potion.
That doesn't do me any good. Oh.
Save. 3 Shaver Schnapps now.
Good day.
Good
What
day.
do you need?
Sir, about those health problems of yours.
Yes?
I have something that'll help you.
I have exactly what you need, sir.
Digestive potion. This is a good stuff. It's going to make him hungry, but it'll help him with his issue.
Sir, I'd recommend that you take this digestive potion to settle your stomach. Take it after every meal. And don't forget, a good diet, and do not get upset.
All right. Thanks, then.
And now you ought to go and lie down, sir.
Lie down? Me? Ha! Without me, this place would grind to a standstill.
Sir, medicine isn't enough. You also need rest. Otherwise my potion won't have much effect.
Oh, all right, then. I'll try it.
And another thing. I don't want to bother you, sir, but I have a question.
Okay.
Yes? What is it?
I've always wanted to take a look at your chapel. I'm a great admirer of the master who painted the altar there.
Oh, go where you want. I'll inform the guards.
Fantastic. We have free access to everywhere now. And we made some points with the Chamberlain. It just saved the game. So he said I can go wherever I want. Now to figure out where that is. Okay, we're in the right, heading the right way. Okay, I'm not trespassing anymore. Okay. They said they put him at the very top so he'd be closer to God. Just saying that out loud is so funny. He's sick. Raise him up to the highest building so he can be closer to God. If God doesn't heal them, well, then it wasn't meant to be. Get to Thomas.
No, please.
I need to speak to Thomas.
Pardon me for disturbing you, miss.
If you want to pray, go somewhere else. The chapel is closed. Unless you're a priest. Which I presume you're not.
No, I'm not. My name is Henry.
I'm Adela, Thomas's sister. What is it you want, Henry?
I need to talk to your brother.
No chance of that. He's been lying in a fever for 3 days. And the surgeon is away with Sir Otto. Unless he returns soon, Thomas won't be talking to anyone ever again.
What happened to him?
What actually happened to him?
They were attacked by bandits by the pond. His mare, Arrow, brought him home. He was completely out of it. And little wonder, the way he was hacked up. If the surgeon was here, he'd be in his care. Some of his wounds have healed, but now he has a fever. He's been bedridden for 3 days.
I'm sorry.
I have something that could help him.
I heard that your brother is lying in a fever, so I brought something for him that might help.
Really? I don't know what to say. And I was against dragging Thomas to the chapel. I felt it would only burden him more.
God moves in mysterious ways. We ought to administer it to him quickly.
Yes, of course. His fever is getting worse. If this doesn't work, I don't think he'll last long.
It'll work. I'm a master alchemist. Ain't no way it's 12. We had plenty of time before we started this. It was only like on 5 or 6. What the heck? Nah, there's no way. There's no way they're gonna kill him. I made it on time. There's no way. This is just to mess with you, to mess with the players.
You all to be vigilant. These days we have all sorts of vagabonds, drifters, outlaws and bandits roaming the country. And we have one of those vermin here today. A fella called Hans, who is clearly not right in the head. A dangerous madman, a brawler, and a thug, the worst of all, a poacher. And so, for the damages he caused to our dear Lord Otto von Berghoff. He is sentenced to be hanged by the neck until dead.
You can't execute this man.
Whoa.
He's a noble. Captain Thomas here will testify that we're messengers from Ratoi.
What is this nonsense, for Christ's sake?
It's true. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
Deal with it, for God's sake.
But, sir, the captain...
Captain Thomas has a fever. He's clearly delirious. Seize them immediately.
You can't do this. I am a nobleman, do you hear? A noble!
Get your hands off me! You can't do this!
Open the gates!
Open the gates! Oh, it's the dude that was begging that one chick in that rundown hut.
My lord.
His lord?
What the hell is going on? It was just a... It's a hanging.
You can't hang him. He's a noble.
That's for me to judge.
Oh no, this is...
Take him down!
Take him
And
down.
for Christ's sake, help me off this horse!
Oh, it's the Lord. The actual... The governor of this place. That was the mayor who was bloodthirsty. We helped. We helped him and he still didn't do anything for us. Yeah. No good deed goes unpunished.
You may enter. His lordship is expecting you.
I like that red. That deep
So,
red, ruby red.
You're messengers from Ratai, huh? I was wondering when someone would turn up. All right, then. Let's hear it.
My respects, Sir Otto. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, and this is Henry of Skalitz, my escort.
Welcome to Trotsky, gentlemen. I'd greet you standing up as befits, but I'm glad I can even sit at the moment.
I heard you were ambushed by outlaws.
You heard right. Those bastards did a job on me. And I got out luckier than most. Almost all the others were killed, including my page and my surgeon. So there is no one here to heal me, and I will have to inform poor Albert's father that his son died in my service.
I hope your health will soon be restored, sir.
We shall see. But now, you tell me what happened here in Herrgottsnamen. Why did my chamberlain try to hang you, Lord Capon?
Because he's a bloodthirsty maniac.
In truth, the welcome we got from your Master Chamberlain was somewhat... how shall I put it?
I'm just going to be honest. The Chamberlain's a fool.
Sir, we came to your castle in a state of desperation. Your Chamberlain had the guards empty excrement on my lord's head and beat him without hearing us out. You were still at the castle then, and if he'd let us see you, maybe you wouldn't have left and wouldn't have been ambushed. And if that wasn't enough, when he had Sir Hans arrested, he refused to believe who he was, even though not only I told him, but your Captain Thomas too.
I must say you have courage, youngster. But I expect I would also be in such a foul mood if the same had happened to me.
Sir!
Best be quiet, Ulrich. We will talk about that another time. And I apologize to you for that unpleasantness.
Unpleasantness. They almost killed him.
At least it ended better than it might have. Anyway, let us leave this misunderstanding aside and get to the point. As far as I'm aware, Ratai showed no interest in negotiations before, either with me or with the League of Lords.
True. Our houses have thus far stood on opposite sides.
I should say so. Attacking Brno and Jihlava together with that renegade Sokol of Lemberg hardly inspired our sympathy.
We all have our share of guilt.
Well, we can all point the finger. Your League of Lords, on the other hand, abducted the king. Although I don't doubt your reasons, just as Sir Hanush did.
We certainly had. The main one being that your Wenzel is an irresponsible drunkard and idler who is hurting the Empire by his inactivity. But let us leave that aside. Tell me, what does Sir Hanush have on his mind? I'm all ears.
Unfortunately, during the ambush, we lost the letter we were carrying, so you'll have to make do with my word of mouth.
All right. Go ahead and speak.
In brief, Sir Hanush, Sir Radzig, and other lords take the view that the situation has got out of control. And that's of no benefit to anyone in Bohemia, neither Wenceslas's supporters or the League of Lords. King Sigismund's actions will not lead to instilling greater order than under King Wenceslas. Quite the contrary.
Let us say that maybe. What arises from it?
Sir Hanush and the other lords on our side are interested in knowing what the stance of the League of Lords is at this moment, and whether they haven't perhaps reevaluated some things.
War.
In other
Civil
words,
war.
Whether I might betray Sigismund.
Yeah. Betray is a strong word.
Well, betray is a strong word. We came to you, Sir Otto, because you're the leading voice of the League of Lords. I expect there are also lords among your ranks who are considering how to find a way out of this sticky situation. And for the Kingdom of Bohemia, it would certainly be better if our paths were to join rather than parting.
Your companion speaks like a diplomat, Sir Hans. However, the question is whether it's possible to join fire with water and end up with anything but nasty smoke. Nonetheless, Sir Hanush and Sir Radzig are right. There is disorder and anarchy in the land. Bandits riding roughshod all over. As we all know,
Unite the clans.
Cost.
We've had plenty of experience of that at home too, sir. Only a short time ago we had to deal with a similar band.
Then you will surely understand that before I begin debating who would be the better king, I must sweep my own doorstep. Only I'm damned if I know how to do that, since those bastards have wiped out half of my garrison, including my captain.
If I may be so bold, sir, you're not the only one. We also have a score to settle with them, so Henry and I will gladly help you.
Is that so? Now that is what I call the words of a knight, Sir Hans.
Right now, we've got a common enemy, so we have common interests too.
So then, sir, may we be of assistance to you?
Indeed, you may. Perhaps in the end we may really find some common ground. I need to muster sufficient reserves to deal with those outlaws once and for all. I'm summoning my vassals here to Trotsky. And since I don't have many men left to send as messengers, I will gladly accept your help.
Just say the word, sir. Where should we go?
You'll go to Nebakov, a small castle, or rather a fortress among the cliffs. The yeoman there, Jaromir Nebak, is an old hardhat and may not be very willing to fulfill his obligations. It would be useful if an eloquent noble like yourself visited him to explain him clearly why I need his whole garrison.
Who is this Lord Nebak?
Who is this Lord Nebak?
The lord of a smaller house with not much in the way of estates, just a fortress and lands, but he also owns a mill that provides a significant part of his income. His children are grown up. His daughter married well, thanks to Sir Otto. His son is away from the domain, dealing with duties. Sir Otto helped him to acquire an official position. In short, the House of Nebak is more than beholden to Sir Otto for his magnanimous help and support.
Okay.
Thank you, Ulrich. Nevertheless, I suspect Jaromir will not be keen to charge into battle. But that is of little consequence. He has a few good men who will be useful. That will do us. If he delivers, I will regard his obligation as fulfilled.
Okay. So this dude, Otto von Berges, whatever his name is, Otto, has done a lot for the Lord of Nebak's family, a small noble family. And we are to use that as leverage in convincing him to send his troops to help Otto, to help the governor. What if he's unwilling?
What should we do if he's unwilling to heed what we say?
His house has always been loyal to mine. And it has always been more than worth their while. So tell him that I would like it to remain so.
Okay,
I do not expect any great obstacles, but it would be wise to show Sir Jaromir respect by sending him someone of status. He will take his time over being persuaded, and then concur, as he always has done.
I'll get to him somehow, sir.
I expect nothing less from you.
Is the route safe?
As I said, the fortress is in the wilderness amongst the cliffs. There are many places where outlaws may be hiding, so watch out.
Don't worry, sir. I have Henry here by my side for such situations.
Is that all, sir?
It's no simple task. Knowing Jaromir, if I sent a common messenger, he'd come back with a boot print on his backside. Dealing with the lower nobility can be tricky. They tend to be fixated on their own somewhat fragile status.
We'll take care of it, sir. Count on us.
All right. We'll head out as soon as possible. Let's not delay our diplomatic mission unnecessarily.
Very well. I think that is all for now. The Chamberlain will show you where you can put your heads down, and he will supply you with horses. And once we have resolved this little digression, we shall talk about your own mission.
Thank you, sir.
May I ask something, Sir Otto?
Oh. Ask away, young man.
When you were ambushed, did you see those bandits? Would you recognize any of them?
Henry, don't start with that again.
Why do you ask?
The thing is, when we were ambushed, I believe I saw among them one of the men we ran up against at home.
Oh. What did he look like? Do you know his name?
He's called Istvan Toth, a Hungarian noble. He wears black armor, a stocky fella, around 40.
I've already told you that's nonsense. How would he be here? You only saw him from a distance, from behind. You're imagining it.
And why does this Toth interest you, young man?
He has
He was
my
the leader of a
father's
band
sword.
that made trouble for us in Sasau. And he has something that belongs to me.
Interesting. Interesting. But I must disappoint you. I saw no one of that description.
Thank you, sir. And sorry. I had to ask.
I understand. And now I shall entrust you to the care of Uri here. And I shall look forward to the good tidings you bring me from Nebakov. Go with God, gentlemen.
Thank you for everything, sir. The Lord be with you.
There will be time enough yet for social niceties. Now there are more practical matters to deal with. Sir Otto has generously agreed to accommodate Lord Capon in one of his chambers. And you, Henry, shall also be accommodated, as befits your station. There,
I'm
your
gonna be sleeping in the stables.
equipment shall also be returned to you, and you'll find your horse in the stable. Nevertheless, his lordship takes the view that, as a noble's escort, you should have a befitting mount, and therefore he has kindly decided that you may take one of our horses, if you so wish.
I'm not giving up Pebbles. Better not give up
Gentlemen,
Pebbles.
follow me.
I will burn this castle to the ground.